So Steve, tell me a little bit about your role at Symantec.
So I'm a SE Director, Systems Engineer Director for the Western U.S. for SLED. SLED stands for State, Local, and Education. So the West is made up from Louisiana up to Illinois and then everything west.
And so what are the challenges and concerns that you see states facing when they're moving to the cloud?
Yeah, I think first, maybe that's a great question. Let me take a step back. Why I see really all agencies either putting their toe in it or going force into the crowd are for a variety of reasons. One is there's every agency, state, CIO or CISO that I talk about it's extremely difficult to keep and retain cyber professionals. I see that across not only with states but also the commercial industry as well too. The other challenge that they have is to, get through their procurement cycle faster to get that security, not only security, but cloud services out there quicker to their citizens. And so with cloud services, they can do that as an operational expense versus a capital expenditure when they have to buy an appliance on their premise.
Right.
The other part is I see more and more of advanced services are being offered by the cloud as well. The other part, kind of getting back to your question on the concern, is their employees see that too as being easy to use that service, just from their phone or for the example like that, and that's called shadow IT or shadow data. So they're using it outside the firewalls and the protection of the state's protection systems. So one of the other concerns I have too is that there's a false sense of security that just because they're going with Google services or Dropbox or Microsoft, that there is that security. If they read their fine print in the SLA, is that they're only protecting what is inside their environment. 23% of docs out there right now are broadly shared, like on Google or Box or Dropbox. And of that 23% of those documents that are broadly shared, 21% of that data has sensitive information like PII, personal identifiable information, PCI, personal credit information, or HIPAA type of content. So their cloud service providers isn't looking at that type of data and providing protection against it for that perspective.
Well, let's keep talking about the security angle. So last November, NASCIO conducted a poll and found that security and risk management were really at the top of state CIOs' priorities. So why is this continuing to be the trend? I mean, there is so much area to protect at the state and local.
Yeah, just yesterday at NASCIO, when I was here too, they did that survey again with everybody that was in the room, and that again was one of the higher concerns, if not the highest concern here as well too. And so at Symantec, we do a annual report. We call it ISTR, Internet Security Threat Report. And our most recent report saw that state agencies are getting even more attacked in a couple different areas. One is, trying to make some political statement, they'll bring the sites down, denial of a service attack. And they're also, like what we've been seeing a lot in the press, is with polling. And so with the voting systems and so forth. So there's more so attacks than just trying to get that information, as I mentioned, PII and PCI and HIPAA, but also doing some kind of a political statement as well. So we've seen a raise in that. So I think that's brought even more concern to the CIO and the CISOs.